What's up, everybody? I did the P and they're not okay. What's up, everybody? This is the Uncensored Anime Podcast, a podcast where we like to talk about things anime uncensored, and we are your host. I'm David. We got Jerry. We got Kenny. And we faded it home.
Faded it home. Faded it home. Faded it home. Faded it home. Faded it home.
Need I say more?
Need I say more?
Does it go much further than that?
Does it go much further than that? Need I say
I don't
more?
know why.
Shout out Damien Look.
I don't know
Shout
why
out
it's so
Damien Look.
fucking funny, bro.
Yes. So we're back again, in person again.
In person.
In the same environment we were in before. We have not changed. This time David is cheating out to the camera. So last time he wasn't cheating out. Kenny, hey, it was Kenny. Kenny noticed it first.
It was my
last
one
time,
note.
It was his one note. He gave you one note.
One note.
So David's cheating out. Okay. We're talking to the camera today. But we're back. UAP's back. So it's crazy. It's 2 episodes in a row somehow. We've actually now filmed 2 in real life. You can see now the manga is organized. It's correctly organized now. So the last episode, it was actually all a mess still. But now it's all actually in its proper place. So I hope that helps with those of you at home. I hope you're not too distracted by the manga, right? As everyone at home, they're like...
Just like nitpicking, like this is...
No. They're not doing that. They're just like, wow, it's so pretty. I don't know, right?
Well,
whatever.
It was driving me a little bit.
Today, we're going to be talking about anime Twitter. We're also going to be talking about just a couple other of the fun controversies, maybe. And so, I think that one thing that I've learned, like, getting on anime Twitter so frequently, and if you've been listening to the podcast, I feel like 2022 has been the year of, like, Jerry talking about anime Twitter. Because we've done this a couple times where we've deep dived, like, different anime Twitter topics that have come up. But the most recent one, David and I actually talked about it a little bit over text recently, and I want to have a little bit of a conversation about it here and kind of go from there. But there are a few other things that have come up on anime Twitter that we want to just talk about. If any of you at home are on anime Twitter, you might be engaging in some of these topics. And it's really interesting because I feel like back in the day, right, when we wanted to talk about anime, there were forums and shit online. But, like, there was not...
Arlong Park?
Oh, yeah. When I was on Arlong Park forums for a long time. That's the One Piece forum that was really popular. But I feel like a lot of times discussion, no matter how heated it got, there was always this reminder that, like, we all liked anime. Or, like, we all liked manga. Yeah. I feel like Twitter...
pretty cool.
Twitter's the opposite. Cool. Twitter is at this point where, like, people... I just feel like people that don't like anime and manga are the ones that are, like, talking about anime and manga on Twitter. But we'll get into it. Other than that, we should talk about the shows that are going on. Because now that we're still in the midst of the season, guys, I'm caught up on 4 shows now.
What?
Whoa.
What's
the 4th show?
Baby! I caught up on Bleach. I caught up on Bleach. Last episode we talked, I had not watched any of Bleach yet. And, now I'm caught up on Bleach. So.
Can I ask you something?
What
the fuck do Quincy's do?
That's a great damn question. I don't know.
What the fuck do they do?
I don't know, bro. Watching the new season, I'm like...
It's been wild.
I'm like, okay.
What do they do?
Quincy's gonna Quincy.
They literally...
They quince?
Apparently, Kubo nerfed them after the first Stern Ritter because he was like, oh, wait, they can do, like, too much.
Yeah.
Like,
also, what the hell... Okay. What is a Stern Ritter? Like, where...
It's a letter
here's
of
the thing.
alphabet.
I feel like Kubo has...
Quincy Oran cards.
Kubo has this thing where he just makes up, like, cool words.
Yeah,
and he's like, that's it. That, you know, he's like, visored? You know, he goes, Aran car. Yeah, that shit sounds cool.
So with the Aran cars, everything was like Spanish, right? With the Stern Raiders,
is the word Aran? Is that a Spanish word? Aran?
I don't know if Aran car is, but like
he made that shit up. No, that's a made up word.
Like they're like beast forms, whatever. They would have Spanish.
No, I get you. He's taking inspiration. In Stern Raiders the same way. It's got a German inspiration.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. And all the Quincy like moves are all German words.
That's true. Y'all.
But it's pretty good.
What the hell?
Wait. Did y'all watch episode 5? Did y'all watch episode 5?
I'm caught up.
Did you watch it?
What is a Quincy?
Kenny's read the manga. That's all.
Kenny's
like, I don't watch it. Kenny's like, I read the manga.
Wait, so this is y'all's like furthest, like this is all brand new.
For me, it is. Yeah, wow. I've never watched,
and it's better than it ever has been. I hope you know. In the manga, it's really not as good as it is in the anime.
Well, that's not what anime Twitter said.
No, that is true. Anime Twitter. I'm really enjoying the anime version, honestly. But you're right.
Anime version.
After like episode 3 or something, anime Twitter like turned on Bleach, and they were like, "This is trash. We hate this." And it was something to do with there was like a specific scene that got cut out.
Yeah.
And I think it like really pissed off. And here's the deal: the anime is moving, and it has to fit like 200 chapters into 50 episodes. It's moving at like a 5-chapter an episode pace. And what that means is that some stuff's gonna have to get cut out. And I've already I kind of skimmed the chapters after we watched the episodes. There's definitely some small scenes that are getting cut out left and right. I think it had something to do with Kira that got cut out that pissed people off.
Well, okay, let's be honest.
Kira, I don't remember that character.
Kira got killed.
You don't remember Kira?
Okay, so his
you know, his hair looks like
said,
this.
what does he say?
Oh, yeah, the...
Drink Wabiske?
Wabiske, yeah.
Okay. I think that's what he says.
In the anime, he literally like popped up and then he got yeeted.
No, he dies in a sentence that says, "This squad fully died," and Kira's in that squad. And they didn't even say his name.
They didn't show him, though.
No, I thought in the manga... Now, in the anime, he walks up and he gets clapped.
Yeah.
But I heard in the manga there was like an additional scene or something that just got totally cut out. So the anime actually killed him faster than the manga is what I think people were pissed off. But at the end of the day, he got clapped anyway, so why did it matter?
Okay,
also,
Wabiske was just drinking. Okay?
Renji,
I don't know what to say.
Why is Renji... He just always loses. Renji is the...
No,
Renji's
the
Vegeta. Renji's the fucking Vegeta of this show. Yo, he gets clapped all the time.
No spoilers, but Renji might win.
Win later? Okay, you're not trying
to...
Okay, good.
Let's just say things happen.
I fucking hope so.
Things happen, you know.
Renji rolled up.
All I'm saying is
Renji's captain was there. He says, Simbon Sakura Kageyoshi, you know.
Yeah,
you find out why Renji is actually so weak.
But then Renji gets
his
clapped.
His Bankai has been...
You spoiling. Sorry.
Kenny, I'm trying to watch 1,000 Year Blood War. Okay?
Sorry.
Kenny, I'm trying to watch...
Sorry.
Bleach has been good. I'm happy I caught up. And I'm excited to see... I think next episode is going to be like Yamamoto versus Yawatch. That's what it looked like.
Well, that's a big fight.
Okay, so we're going to get into it in the next episode.
I would say, I would actually say that is the inciting incident in this whole arc. Anyway. Yawatch versus Yamamoto.
Is that how you say it? You watch?
You watch.
I watch.
This motherfucker rolled up. He said, "You watch."
Yeah,
I was like,
"Watch."
Yeah, watch. You watch. See, again, this
I
is
don't know, it's German,
Kubo just making shit up.
Yeah,
he just makes shit up. He's just making words up. He's throwing shit. He's looking at a board. He said, "Okay." So I got him on Bleach, and yes, that's your anime Twitter dose to begin with. Yeah. There was some Bleach. I don't know.
Bleach is good.
So far,
I'm liking it.
So far, I think the anime's been really well done.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel like paced up either. The pacing feels fine.
I actually think it feels like better paced than the old series.
Yeah,
but,
was like
absolutely.
Something about
the old series
it's
like
moving so fast, and I love that about it. It's actually what's made 1,000 Year Blood War really watchable.
Yeah.
So I think people.
It looks great.
People that are waiting, and that's the thing. It
looks amazing.
I do think that it started on a high and has slowly kind of trembled into like normal weekly anime, you know, but it doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like it hasn't like gone like
No, it's not Tokyo Revengers.
It's just like,
you know,
it's
not Seven Deadly Sins season 3.
Well,
you know?
we don't talk about that.
It's none of that.
What's going on?
So,
it's not Promised Neverland season 2.
It's not, but
that doesn't exist.
I guess I'm still curious if we're just gonna get like, does anyone know? Someone at home, if you know, are we just getting it all the way through? Like, are we gonna stop? Is there gonna be breaks between each core?
My bet, I said this last episode.
Oh, okay, yeah.
My bet is that they're going to go all the way through. Studio Pierrot.
Well, we've done no research since the last episode.
No, this is just a guess.
Actually, I would bet money that we're going to end up with like 6 cores for some reason.
Well, I think
they're like, oh, we're actually going to split the last 2 cores into 2 different cores.
That'd be no. The initial.
Wait, welcome for Bleach 1,000 Blood War Arc Part 6.
No.
I think the initial announcement was that there were going to be 4 13-episode cores.
Yes.
And what that means is, it could just go all the way through, or since they announced it that way, it could imply that they're going to take breaks between each course, so like 13 episodes and take two cores off. You know, we don't know, but I don't know if there's ever been an initial like follow-up, because we're already halfway through this core, or getting close to halfway through this core, so I'm curious what...
I mean, they could go 26, break for a core, and then final 26. I mean they could do... They have options.
They do.
I'm going to say they could even just take like 2 weeks off in between each core and just...
like a delayed release.
Yeah.
They could delay it like that, yeah. I'm curious what's going to happen.
Interesting to begin with each season.
I will say that I don't know. Pierrot's obviously known for going right through, but I don't know if this is like...
If they'll do that here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
I don't know. Okay,
I like Bleach, though.
I do too. Bleach has been good. Bleach has been good.
Like
you know what's been really good though?
What's been really good?
Chainsaw Man. Every episode is good.
Benny?
Chainsaw Man is so transcendent that I feel like Hunter
What was that
x
news
Hunter
I found
is
on-
now taking influence from it.
Wait, really?
I feel that way. Yeah. Well, first of
Okay,
all,
wait. Don't get into Hunter x Hunter spoilers, but you feel like the new chapters that have come out.
The one
I think
new
last
chapters
time we
that come out,
filmed,
one character has Giorno's power straight up.
last time we filmed, there was only like one
There's been
chapter
3
that was out,
chapters.
but now
There's
there's been
been
3. Okay,
3?
so chapter 4. Okay.
First of all, no, I can't say anything. But
When Katie's fading, he's spoiled.
the Hunter x Hunter, the new chapters, I swear, have taken influence from the fact that Chainsaw Man ran in the magazine,
Okay.
and so Togashi is being more explicit, more, I don't know, like thought. I
that's
feel like
what
it's
you
just
mean.
more like
Only more mature.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
feel like he's
His-
been less afraid
to just be like, fucking blow them up.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
No,
like-
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Which it has been. And
You know, wait. Back on the Bleach thing, there's been a lot of killing. Sorry, that
There's like
Bleach
like
is
gore,
very-
like
yes.
dark stuff.
Okay,
yeah.
so Hunter.
I think slowly
I
the
didn't.
magazine
Was
has
Bleach?
gone that way.
Was Thousand Year Blood War? Was it that bloody in the manga?
Yeah.
I feel like a
It
lot
wasn't.
of
It wasn't.
Oh,
Really
people
like-
are dying left and right. I was like,
people were dying in the manga.
Kira, you know.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were
crazy.
dying off screen though a lot.
Yeah.
Or like the Quincy's just would delete people, which
Gotcha.
is kind of
Yeah.
weird to say.
It wasn't really like detailed.
Their
like,
powers
I
are
found-
The
just
anime
like,
is much more detailed.
are just like
Okay.
bing.
I found Thousand Year Blood War to be really, but it's interesting to hear Hunter x Hunter is also kind of.
Yeah, I think it's been
Well-
because the magazine is now more mature.
Yeah, think about Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Also in
Yeah.
the same zone, a little bit darker.
Yeah, I think that it is Hunter x Hunter is taking cues from the other manga, and it's better for that. And I think that he's happier to tell the stories that he wanted to tell
I agree.
without having to like I don't know be.
Yeah.
I feel like restricted.
It's one of those things where like Shonen is intended to appeal to 12 to 18-year-olds. And I feel like generally in the early 2000s, most of the series that were coming out were actually function on the bottom end of that spectrum. They were trying to appeal closer to the 12 to 15-year-olds,
Yeah.
which makes sense. I think that was a really popular audience. I think what's happened is that those people from that were really into it then have grown up. So Jump has noticed that and it started to appeal to the top end of the spectrum and started to say, okay, let's actually pivot and push some more series that are appealing to the 16 to 18-year-olds, the upper end of Shonen, which makes sense to me, but I don't know. I don't know how much it's going to keep going for, but
I mean, I think it's good, and I think that they can twist the genre really well by doing it, by using that
I agree.
more adult themes.
I agree. On the topic of Jump, wait. First, let's
That's
talk about
right,
Chainsaw
yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Let's go
I
back.
was gonna ask you,
Let me
like, so
back.
you saw like the,
No,
the leak,
wait,
the leak
yeah,
about the
okay.
next episode?
Yeah, let's. Well,
Chainsaw Man
okay.
is
I'll
the
let you-
best
I'll
show
let
in
you.
anime.
First, let's talk about Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
I watched a great video by
Okay.
a one Jeffrey Thu.
No.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Can we
Thu
talk? Can we
is-
talk about Jeffrey Thu for a little bit? Maybe
say? What'd he
the
say?
Mother's Basement. So he put out a video about CGI in anime. Okay.
Yep.
And obviously, it was spurred on by the fact that
Anime
Chainsaw
Twitter.
Man is using. Honestly, it does go back to our core theme here.
Yeah.
Anime Twitter. Chainsaw Man is using a lot of CGI.
Of course.
Anime Twitter is not happy about it, but they're not articulating why they're not happy about it very well. So that pissed Jeff Thu off. So he made a 20-minute video essay explaining why people need to learn how to talk about animation more. They need to be able to talk about animation instead of just complaining about animation, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Like not just seeing a CGI
So-
model in a show and then instantly.
And then going like, oh,
Hating
that's garbage. Get
Like,
it out of my face. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Like,
he
take
went.
this L,
he went
CGI.
deep in detail about like the history of CGI in anime, blah 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 blah. But he got to the point where essentially he was saying like, Chainsaw Man CGI is unquestionably good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so I wanted to take like, are y'all on the same note with me? Like, I think it's unquestionably well done CGI.
Yeah.
And I think that artistically, it blends well with the 2D environments in the same way a show like Spriggan did. You know, when most of the CGI is being used on demons, devils, and when he turns into Chainsaw Man. And I think that works because the creatures are not earthly. They're not human. You know what I mean? So I think
Right.
that because of the distinction between the two, it works in an artistic sense. Especially like looking at the scene in episode... Shit. I think it was in episode 4, actually, not episode
Was it
5.
the Bat Devil fight?
Yeah, you know, right after the Bat Devil fight, he
Leech
fights
Devil?
the Leech Devil.
Yeah.
And in the fight with the Leech Devil, Denji's only able to get like a little bit of his chainsaw out of his head a little bit. They specifically kept using 2D for Denji's human parts. and then used, which I thought was so cool.
Yeah, it looked 3D. Good.
I thought it looked awesome.
Really good.
I was like, oh damn, that's a really clean way to convey that. So
when people were like, it looks like he's skating. He's like sliding. How is he sliding on the leech level?
It just looks good. But I don't know. I've loved it. I think it's been such a great adaptation. I'm just like blown away by like all of it. I mean,
Chainsaw Man is good.
Yeah,
it's one of the best.
Hey! Kenny was saying there was like 20 chapters out. Kenny was like, "Oh, this is good."
I think Kenny told me when there was
like
it must
3 or 4 chapters.
Yeah, I feel like he first told me.
Insane,
I remember I read it when there was about 20 chapters out because I remember the first time that I read it, I read through the end of the Hotel Devil. Mm-hmm. What's it called, David?
Eternity Devil.
Eternity Devil.
Not the Hotel Devil. Eternity Devil.
I remember because that was like caught up. I think I had like caught up. Like the Hotel Devil was like where it was.
Yeah.
And that was after Kenny had already been telling me, "Oh, Jerry, you need to read this. You need to read this."
I just remember after the Vampire Knight arc in Chainsaw Man, where they were all just focused on the Cross Academy.
What is he saying right
with Zero Kiryu?
What's wrong with
that?
I'm quitting the podcast.
Got to that arc in the manga. No! It's so crazy. That's whenever I knew that it was going to be great.
God damn it!
It made it to the Vampire Knight arc. And I just don't know how to convey that to you at home.
Not fucking Yuki crossing the Cross Academy.
Need I say more?
Need I say more? Need I say more?
You just slid it in there.
He slid it in there. Kenny
that
told
was
me.
a good one. Okay.
Kenny told me when there was
7
like,
out of 10. I'll give 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Yeah, we'll make it 7.
Chainsaw Man was transcendent. It was like so weird from chapter 1.
Yeah.
Right. And so it was like,
which is an amazing, one of the best first chapters.
If anyone questions Kenny's weebness, he told me to read Chainsaw Man before anyone I knew what Chainsaw Man was.
So I read the magazine.
Kenny knew.
That's Kenny knew. Kenny said, I gotta check this one out, Jerry.
Man, that would be such a great segue to new Jump series, but we're still talking about it.
Okay, well, Chainsaw Man's really well done. They've done a really great job with it. If you're not watching the anime, you should check it out. If you haven't read the manga, you should read it. Both were really awesome. I read them all on a stream once for the UAP. You know, it was in our early years. We don't have the VOD anymore, but it existed. But yeah, Chainsaw Man's good. Anything else about Chainsaw Man? Because
hey, do some Prime.
I don't. Oh no, I do.
I'll be right back.
Kenny's still in Prime.
It's only Ice Pop.
But like, so with Chainsaw Man anime Twitter, I feel like Mother's Basement video, I saw it also and thought it was
it was good.
It was really good.
It was a good video.
And I mean, it's right because he's right in that people, they go to Twitter and are like, oh, Chainsaw Man has so much CGI. I think I even tweeted that. Like, oh, there's a lot of CGI in Chainsaw Man. Mm-hmm. But like,
it's like
from the standpoint that this is good. This is like the use of good CGI.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good anime examples out there
like
that
you said,
utilize
only
CGI.
red starbursts. Like, yeah, what? What are you?
I don't think that we should be questioning CGI anime when Arcane exists.
Yeah,
oh,
no,
that's all I'll say. Like,
Arcane is
when even if I didn't love the story, visually it was one of the most gorgeous shows. So
yeah,
if Arcane can do that, I just don't think there's any question about it. And I think that artistically, Chainsaw Man is doing it really well. I think that there's not, as a viewer, as a fan of the series, I think it's been really awesome. And Jeff made that same argument though, but about Arcane essentially. But
so far, is Chainsaw Man your number one anime?
Hi, Jeff. It's good to see
my number one anime of 2022
all year. That's released so far. Just like,
do we still count Ranking of Kings? Because it came out half in 2021, half in 2022.
Ranking of Kings is transcendent.
I think Kitty might be obliterated.
I am obliterated than a hoe.
I think that he's obliterated.
What does he say?
I think he's obliterated.
Faded than a hoe.
Faded than a hoe. Faded than a hoe. Faded than a hoe. Faded than a hoe.
If it aired this season, I would count.
Why is it so funny?
Wait.
So Ranking of Kings
should count?
I would count.
I would say Ranking of Kings is still anime of the year.
Number one.
I don't think anything's beat that this year. I'm trying to think. Summer was a garbage fest. I didn't watch.
There's nothing.
Well, Blue Lock is.
What came out in? I'm trying to think. Did we? What was
spring had some good stuff.
What was the good stuff in spring? Y'all remember?
All I know is that Blue Lock is airing right now. Aoashi was in spring.
I did like Aoashi, and it's tough to not like Spy Family. Also,
yeah,
I didn't finish Call the Night, but I love the manga, and I do think the first episode was really solid. But I do think Ranking of Kings is clearly like a cut above for me.
You think it's clear?
It's transcendent.
Or like,
other than Chainsaw Man. I mean, it's just tough because Chainsaw Man is one of those things where I'm experiencing it a second time.
Right.
So I think that maybe I'm going into it a little bit differently than other fans. But I Yeah, Ranking is probably my favorite this year, if we get to count that. But it did come out half last year though, so
I mean, it's between
Ranking Kings was so good. Ranking Kings
too,
was so good, guys.
It's the
It was
best.
so
No,
good.
Ranking Kings was so
Boji.
Ranking Kings
It's
was
the
Best
best anime
boy
for the last 5
Boji.
years. It's the best anime for the last 5 years.
I did not finish Awashi. I think I'm gonna like it a lot when I finish it though, because I watched a chunk of it, but I didn't ever get to the end. So I do think that'll
Can I tell
probably
you
be up
something?
there.
Awashi has just gotten better.
Like past where the
in
anime
the
gets?
in the
Okay.
manga, it just gets better.
Okay, yeah.
Like it actually starts to feel like I don't know, like it's
They did 24 episodes, right? 'Cause they
every
did
week.
2
I'm excited about it. Yeah.
They did do 24. Yeah, they
Okay.
did.
But Blue Lock is.
Blue Lock's good.
Blue-
I mean,
Blue Lock is also really
I've not watched the Blue Lock anime yet. It's my next binge, so I still need to binge Mob Psycho and Blue Lock to get caught up. My goal is to have all 6 of those shows, do those weekly for the rest of the season. So as well as Spy Family, Chainsaw Man, and
My Hero.
My Hero. Yeah.
Yeah.
My Hero season.
I don't think I watched
My
the
Hero
episode.
season, boys.
I read the manga. and
Y'all
so
are the
it's just like,
Did they
I'm-
do? Wait,
I'm
in
just
the
excited
latest
about my
episode,
plot points.
did they do like Shigaraki's like background, or is he fighting now, or was like the latest thing that happened in the anime?
The last thing that happened is
It's
that
twice.
yes,
Okay.
Yeah,
Twice
yeah.
is yes.
He's
Sag.
still
Sag.
living. No, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah.
Twice is dead.
He's
okay,
dead.
spoilers
He's dead.
for My Hero Academia.
Okay, so yeah, he's
Twice
dead.
is dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Hawks just killed
Hawks
twice.
killed him.
Hawks
Yeah.
killed the shit out of him.
He had
The
to.
last
He
thing.
had
Okay,
to.
the last episode. All right,
Twice his power is 2.
Shigaraki
They get busted.
was
insanely broken.
he's slowly uncovering what's going on with himself. He
Okay.
started chasing Deku. It is a little squeaky.
Okay.
He starts chasing Deku. Deku realizes what's going on. He starts diverting Shigaraki, like away from the city or whatever,
Yeah.
so that they can have a duke him out in the other direction. As it happens, Endeavor and Ryukyu and Ryukyu, is that her name?
Yeah,
Dragon Lady,
Dragon, yeah.
Lock, Aizawa, they intercepted Shigaraki mid-thing. They're fighting him off while Deku and Bakugo and Gran Torino are running.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's like, it like ended with it, like Endeavor and Shigaraki try to fight. But
Yeah.
that's what the last episode that we watched was. But yeah, we're building towards some craziness.
They should do. Okay, this is something that I have to say.
I can't tell if
very
like,
strongly with who I am. Shonen Jump, for their ending arcs, need to just do movies. Just put the budget into the movie, because some of the stuff that is happening in My Hero and the manga.
Well, let's
right
see.
now,
Let's see what happens with Haikyuu. Haikyuu's doing it.
Well,
That-
yeah.
Let's
the
see what
ending
happens.
to Haikyuu, I hope is so hype and
It's
wonderful.
probably gonna.
But there's like so much
It's
that haven't
probably
adapted
fine.
though for that.
Yeah,
right?
there's like 100 chapters. They're doing it in 2 movies.
But
so
it's because
50
it's,
chapters
it's
a movie.
just the final
I mean,
battle.
they're just games, right?
Yeah, it's one game and then the epilogue.
Yeah, so if you watch the last season, we're already at the like nationals or whatever.
Yep. And they've won. They just
Yeah,
beat
they did just beat
the Unclaimed Kings or whatever.
yeah.
Shira
But I think they were about to go
Yeah.
play. No, Shira Torzai was at the regional.
No, you're
meet,
right. They just beat the twins.
Yes.
The Mia.
Yeah.
Which
They're about to go fight
The Mia twins,
Neko. I think that's what their next match is.
Nekoma, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the next one that they're gonna do. I think they were on the way to go play against it. But whatever. The movies are gonna be great. I think they're gonna be great.
Yeah.
But Kenny's right. Maybe. I mean.
I never read Haikyuu.
the
so I don't
My
even know.
Hero. I think
are
the
you caught up
ending
on
to
the
My
anime?
Hero, at
No.
least
Oh, David doesn't know shit about Haikyuu, so he's over here like
he was like
Shira Torizawa, the twins,
volleyball?
Nekoma.
I mean, I've heard of
volleyball?
like what's
David
what
said,
happens at the end of the
David
late
said,
season.
"Oh, what's this one about?"
I've watched like
I see.
Haikyuu is a future binge.
You should try it. The anime is a really good one.
But what we're saying is that I think that just the way that My Hero is playing out now in this final arc, I don't think would be deserved to be on television. I think that the budget requires it to be a movie.
I mean, Chainsaw Man's movie quality basically, and that's something.
They've been knocking out one. Here's the thing, though. Bones does a really great job with the TV version of My Hero. It's never, other than season 5, for the most part, the series has been really high quality, and season 6 has been no shift for me. Like,
but I
season
just
6
think that monetarily, like, think of how well
it would do really well.
Oh yeah.
Demon Train did in theaters, or how, and it's the end.
I
of
mean,
the
all of
arc,
My Hero
a big
movies
end,
done
right? It's almost what Marvel's
Can you say
doing.
that Demon Slayer has set a precedent now, and that other series are just going to have to follow?
I mean,
Having
well,
the
quintessential Haikyuu.
It's good. It's good.
I mean,
And I
it's,
think
that's
not the
already
ending,
2.
but Demon Slayer.
We're
Because
already at the point that's
They're
two.
not
Kaguya-sama.
focused. They're not
Is
focused
Kaguya
on.
get a movie?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Uh,
But not like I think
They're
it's,
not focused on the clips every week or eyes every week anymore. They're just focused on getting that one fucking,
yeah.
clip of
Didn't-
Rengoku slashing the big ass fire sword.
Didn't Kuroko's do a movie for its epilogue too, or something like that?
Well, but the epilogue was like a 5-chapter like special.
Yeah, it was something later. It wasn't actually. They did the actual series
straight through.
They adapted the series into the anime, and then they did the movie to do like the epilogue thing. But still, a pretty cool idea.
It's just crazy. Man.
We'll see. Okay, wait. So that's like the current stuff. Did anyone watch anything new between last episode and now? Not stuff we already talked about, like more than a married couple and maybe we're just friends or something.
What have I watched?
Did anyone watch anything new?
Oh yeah, Romantic Killer on Netflix dropped.
Did you watch it?
I've watched like half of it.
Maybe this is a good segue.
It's a great segue.
No.
What is Romantic Killer?
What do you think, David?
David, wait.
Tell us
I
about
think
it.
okay. So Romantic Killer is originally it's a shonen series.
How much did David actually watch?
Everybody. I watched. Okay, I was laying in my bed, laying down.
Why did you pretend to be asleep?
I know
He was acting like he was asleep.
Okay, so look, everybody at home.
He was defending himself.
He said, I was awake, but
what?
We're all out there. Look, a series called Romantic Killer. It's originally a shonen series. It's on Jump Plus. We'll get into what's weird about that with Viz's physical release. But anyway, it's an anime on Netflix, and it's about this girl. She loves chocolate. She loves her video games, and she loves her cat. Mm-hmm. And there is a decline in birth rate in Japan. So this fairy that looks like a potato comes to her, and they wish those 3 things away, and he's like, you can't have these back until you find love. So it's kind of like, it's like a reverse kind of harem, and it's like that's forced on her, but she's like, I don't want any of this. I just want to play my games and chill. So it's kind of like, I've seen people like on Twitter.
Like on Twitter.
What
do you think, Ken? Wait, Kenny's scheming.
Go on.
I'm getting scanned.
Go on.
But no, but it's like
Keep explaining.
What?
Keep explaining.
Keep going.
Okay, that's basically it. It's kind of like it kind of takes the tropes that you see in shoujo and kind of like flips them, or I guess just in romance series, just takes that and just flips it. It's kind of entertaining. I think the animation is kind of dog shit.
Ooh.
But looking at the
it's a low bar. Kenny, he said dog shit. That's
I can't tell if it's the
dog
animation
shit.
or if it's the art itself, because looking at the art and the actual
it's like saying like
he's saying that's even deeper. He said it was.
So
I'm critiquing the original.
It's like regular Ragnarok. Actually, the anime has really great artwork. It has shitty animation.
Yeah.
Correct.
So Romantic Killer, you're saying it might actually be the artwork that's.
So the art from the
can you
beginning.
have bad art but good animation?
No. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho.
One Punch Man.
Mob
That's
Psycho.
a
Well,
great-
One Punch Man
One
is
Punch
good.
Man's art.
Well, yeah.
Well,
It's based off the.
Yusuke Murata.
No, but Mob Psycho's.
Yeah.
They took some terribly drawn and they turned it into really cool.
Okay, yeah. So I think Romantic Killer has
Garbage artwork.
I'm not a fan of the art, and I'm not a fan of the animation.
He just hates it. He hates the show.
But I think like the premise is entertaining.
Wait. Okay,
There's some funny parts.
Wait. You said in this purely visual media that you consume,
Purely visual.
both of the things that are visually captivating to you are bad.
Garbage.
They seem low grade. Yes,
Okay, yeah,
to me.
Is it a Netflix original? Do you know?
It is a Netflix original.
So they probably
Hey,
had some sort of fun
Netflix,
hand in it.
take our men out of the jail. Okay.
What?
Pour one out for B stars.
Oh
okay?
my God! Stop. Take our men out of the jail.
Take our men
Take
out
our
of the
men
jail.
out of the jail.
Take our men out of the jail.
If you're watching this Netflix for some damn
Netflix?
reason,
Our men take them
take him out of jail.
I want to see.
Faded in a hoe. Faded in
Oh,
a hoe. No, I'm
I'm
not.
Okay,
JoJo.
so JoJo's Part 6, Part 3 comes out December 1st.
It'll be out soon.
We'll be getting that pretty soon. I think Romantic Killer will have to have a season 2 because it's not.
What does that mean?
It's like
what
adapted
does what does have to mean?
I don't know if I want to watch this show. You said it was bad in every aspect.
Okay. Well, Romantic Killer.
So there's this thing on Twitter about Romantic Killer specifically. One thing David mentioned before is that the original manga series ran in Shonen Jump Plus. And let's talk about Shonen Jump Plus before we get too deep into this, but
Okay.
it ran in Shonen Jump Plus. The United States physical printing of Romantic Killer
Viz.
by Viz, which is a subsidiary of Shueisha, which is the original company that owns Shonen Jump, chose to remarket the series as a shoujo beat title in the United States. Okay? You know this, kid?
Of course.
Of course.
I'm on the train, bro.
On the Twitter. Because of this, there has been large backlash from English-speaking people about Shueisha and Viz's choice to remarket it to a different demographic. So, before we get into that part of it, it's happened before.
Yep.
So let's talk about
A couple
something.
times.
I have a couple examples that I'm thinking off the top of my head, right? So one is that the major one that I think everybody's aware of is the few times that non-Shonen Jump manga were turned into Shonen Jump manga in the U.S., okay?
Okay.
You guys know which ones those are?
Hell's Paradise?
No, I got published as Seinen in the...
well.
It went the other way. Kenny was right, but it's because it went the other way. But so we'll talk about those in a minute. Hell's Paradise is a good example.
Quintessential quintuplets?
No.
Okay, never mind.
No, that's Kadan.
You're close though. So the big one that people don't know about is Kaguya-sama.
Kaguya-sama.
Oh,
So in Japan, Kaguya-sama ran in, I believe it was Weekly Young Jump, which is the seinen manga magazine for Japan. In the U.S., it has been repurposed and has been released as a Shonen Jump series, which I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Like, do you think that I don't know.
I mean, it's like we were kind of talking about this.
Kenny's in.
We were kind of talking about this before through text about how, like,
it's just becoming more diverse.
in society, in different societies, certain things can be viewed differently.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe there's things or intentions with Kaguya-sama that the manga has had for the Seinen magazine, and then once it was over to the U.S. to distribute it, they looked at it like, oh, I mean, we have a feeling, like, based off of everything out right now, we think younger readers are gonna like this more.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I don't have any data. I don't know the statistics, but I feel like a majority of manga buyers in the West, in the U.S., are like older people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because
I think so
it takes
too.
money, you know.
Yeah. Kenny.
I think that I mean, the diversification of the shonen genre
Right.
has been
Shonen, demographic.
The shonen
It's a demographic that occasionally impacts genre choices, if that makes sense. But
I think that it has just been increasing year in, year out.
Right.
I think that more and more often we're going to see manga that may not feel like it fits in that category, but it's still being published in those ways because of what they're seeing readers read.
Honestly, like, who cares? Like, why does it matter?
It's just interesting because it means that as a U.S. fan, if you're not super cognitive, you might think that Kaguya-sama is a Shonen Jump title, which even American readers know that is a specific magazine, right? Because especially because the U.S. we had a Shonen Jump magazine at one point, right?
Yeah.
So we might be led to believe that, but the reality of it is that it's just not. But it is for us. So that makes things a little bit different, and it means that in American markets, or at least in English-speaking markets, Shueisha believed that this series should be marketed for people in the Shonen Jump range, which is generally boys aged 12 to 18.
Yeah.
So I just think it's really interesting. So that's one example. There's a couple other examples. One is One Punch Man.
Of course. And that one's tough.
That was seinen. It was seinen in Japan, but got moved over to Shonen Jump for the U.S. I think rightfully so. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I mean,
it's not more gory or graphic or mature than Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. And I think it works really well demographically for the U.S. as a Shonen Jump. It's I think 12 to 18-year-old guys in the U.S. they are the market for One Punch Man.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you didn't know, if I didn't know, I would be like easily convinced that One Punch Man is in the Weekly Shonen Jump magazine. Like it has that feel. Yeah.
Easy. And so then there's the opposite. So that's the only two that I think there's like one or two more that got moved to Shonen Jump. But there's the opposite, right? Which there's the Viz Signature line. Okay. Which Viz Signature, in its inception, was essentially Viz's seinen manga imprint, right? It no longer is that at all because there are now josei, shoujo, shonen, and seinen that have all been published as Viz Signature titles. So one is the one Kenny mentioned. Hell's Paradise was a shonen title in Japan. Yeah. Got moved over to Viz Signature in the U.S.
Which shoujo josei titles are Viz Sig?
And I think it was because of nudity. I think
It must have been,
Yeah.
something like that. And that in Japan, it's fine to publish something with
That's
nudity
true. That's true.
towards younger audiences. Nudity's a little less strict. In America, we're a little more strict about nudity. So moving that up, while it's kind of flipped, I feel like violence in the U.S. is like nothing.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Violence, things like that. They can market that to a younger audience and not be upset. Okay, so there's one josei that has been moved to Viz Signature, and it's Oku. It's also like a reverse harem, but it's like a historical reverse harem. It was a josei series, but we don't even have the U.S. or at least Viz doesn't have like a josei imprint at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? They either move their joseis to Shoujo Beat, or they move them to Viz Signature,
Right.
which is interesting.
Because I think like that market is unfortunately just reading something else in the U.S.
Well, yeah, josei, adult women. I feel like they're going for Seven Seas titles, or like, they're publishing more work that is intended for them, I guess. But
Seven Seas is mainly like all like BL titles.
it's always been odd to me that Viz has pretty much intentionally ignored their older female audience. I don't know why that is. And this is going to get back to Romantic Killer once we get to that, because obviously, right?
Because
It happens
obviously,
And then Shoujo, I want to say like Children of the Whales, I think is one that was a Shoujo that got moved to Viz Sig.
Is it Shoujo?
Yeah, and there's another one, but I'm forgetting what it is. But yeah, weird. So I guess what I'm saying is that first off, the demographic thing, Viz has done it before. This is not like some brand new. They can shift and have chosen to shift the demographic audience for the U.S. in the past. And again, we don't have a josei imprint, so like it's either Sig, Shoujo Beat, or they also have Shonen. What's the other one that visits? Shonen Freiren and Call the Night. Shonen Sunday.
Yeah, Shonen Sunday, because Komi,
So they have a couple different imprints, but I've always found that odd. Okay, so on the topic of Romantic Killer, though,
yes,
I think I've looked into it. I think it's the first time a non-shoujo or josei title has been moved into the Shoujo Beat audience.
Okay.
I think. So again, we've had shoujos and joseis go out to Sig. We've had shoujo, we've had seinens become shoujos or shonens. We've had shonens become Sigs, so on and so forth. But I think this is the first time that a non-shoujo title or josei, because I think Nana's a josei.
Yeah.
I think it got the shoujo.
Josei.
I think it got the Shoujo Beat license. Shoujo and josei is a very. You can go watch more about it online, but shoujo and josei is a really complicated demo. Mainly because shoujo is a pretty defined demo, but josei is a much less defined demo because there are lots of titles that have been published in what are considered josei magazines that have competed for shoujo titles. So there's a lot more crossover between those two demos. But I think this is the first time the U.S. has said, here's a manga that we think was made for men in Let's publish it for women in America. I don't know.
I don't know whose decision that was. Like, who thought, this makes sense? Like, again, I would like to hope that, I'm assuming these companies have data on all their series and, some kind of demographic data on who's buying what series. Right. So maybe it was just, a very big brain business decision to have that imprint be on that series.
Could have been. And
I
will
don't know why
say,
you couldn't just, look at it and be like, oh, Shonen.
I don't know if you guys have seen, but Shoujo, the author of Romantic Killer, he did an interview where he claimed, oh yeah, if I was running in a traditional magazine, I probably would have put this in a shoujo magazine. He said something along those lines. He or she, I actually don't know if the author's I don't know the author. What they said that they probably would have run this in a shoujo magazine had they had the chance. And that brings me back to the whole Shonen Jump Plus as a whole. Kenny, you've read a bunch of Shonen Jump Plus stuff.
Of course. Hell's Paradise. Blue Lock.
Is that Shonen Jump Plus?
I think it is, yeah.
No way.
No,
it's Kodansha.
It's in a...
It's a Kodansha magazine. Because Kodansha publishes it in the U.S.
Sunday? Huh? Is it in a weekly?
It couldn't be...
No, it's
it couldn't be Shonen Sunday because that's
Get
also...
in the comments. Get in the comments.
No.
I'm so curious.
Hell's Paradise is one, though, obviously.
Yep.
Kaiju.
Kaguya-sama, right?
No, that was weekly.
Spy Family.
Spy Family. Kaiju number 8.
What was the one that...
Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible.
Is that Jump Plus?
I think so.
Jesus, Jump Plus is such a weird. It's such a weird.
It's Jump's catch-all for anything they want.
Right.
They can't run in weekly.
Oh, Weekly Shonen Magazine.
Weekly Shonen Magazine. not Shonen Sunday though, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Weekly
that's
Shonen
the
magazine.
third.
This is Kodansha's Shonen magazine.
Is that the third largest or second largest?
It's Kodansha's, so it's probably the. I don't know what's bigger, Sunday or Weekly Shonen. That's a great question.
Huh, well,
Shonen Jump's the biggest, but
yeah.
Get in the
It's gotta be
comments.
one of the
Get in the
other.
comments.
okay, but yeah. So Jump Plus, one thing that people have noted since Jump Plus's inception is that the genres on Jump Plus are much more varied than traditional Weekly Shonen Jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, while it's still carrying, it was originally marketed as Shonen Jump Plus. People have said that in marketing recently, the word shonen has started to get dropped. They've started to just call it Jump Plus or Jump Plus Comics, which I don't know if that's an intentional thing or if they've just thought it looks more streamlined, whatever it might be. But one thing to note is that a lot of titles in Shonen Jump Plus for the U.S. have been redistributed, right? Kaiju number 8 went to Shonen Jump. Spy Family went to Shonen Jump. Fire Punch, Viz Sig. Hell's Paradise, Viz Sig. So the U.S. has already redistributed these Jump Plus titles to other imprints. And it makes sense because Jump Plus seems to have weirder genres. They're more willing to experiment because it's an online platform. It's not a traditional magazine. It definitely makes you start to consider why this might have happened. So now let's get to the actual backlash.
Oh man.
Which was?
What do you think? I want to hear, Kenny, you are on Twitter. What do you think the backlash was?
Romantic Killer is about a girl who just
You heard it's reverse harem. She wants to play video games.
But it says she has to collect the items.
It was made for men, but
as
now it's being
lovers.
published for women in America. Why are people mad?
A potato fairy forces this girl to date.
The boys are ugly. Are the boys ugly?
No, they're purposely made to be like very attractive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are people upset about it being a shoujo beat?
Because like being with beautiful men is not like anything that I should want to have to be, subscribed to.
Yeah, there it is.
My life's happy on my own.
No. Okay, Kenny, so check this out.
What's the
Wait, before you say, because I actually don't know either.
Oh, you don't?
Wait, how do you know?
You know a little bit. We talked a little bit about
A
it.
little
Well,
bit.
okay.
But I think it's because I guess when people see series that are reverse harems, they assume it's from the female gaze,
right?
And so they then just automatically put it in that demo because of
right
that. That's my guess.
That's honestly that's interesting to think about too. So the reason why people
were we taking an SAT, David?
Yeah, we.
Why was my answer? My answer was feeling.
Kenny was made it at home.
You said an SAT,
and you wanted to just obliterate him like that. Hey, you were just trying to get obliterated.
I was just,
shit.
him in a different
Oh
way.
shit.
Need I
With my
say
words.
more?
Did I say more?
Does it go much further than
David
that?
said. David said.
Cheers,
David
my
said.
friends.
He said. Whatever. Okay. So the reason why people are upset, it mainly boils down to a numbers game. Shoujo Beat does not publish a lot of shoujo manga anymore. Very few new titles are released under the imprint. They don't release a lot of volumes for their continuing titles per year. Sometimes some series will only get like one volume a year or something, right? And instead of putting money towards a new shoujo title getting brought over to the US, they brought over a Shonen Jump Plus series and slapped Shoujo Beat on it. Wow. So fans of shoujo are frustrated when there are many popular in Japan shoujo titles that could have gotten translated and published, and instead they went with a intended for a male audience, at least to some degree, on Weekly Shonen Jump Plus series and slapped Shoujo Beat on it and put it on print and put it on the shelves.
Wow.
That is the major controversy. It comes down to that numbers game, which is that as fans of Shoujo Beat, they're just frustrated that they're getting this as their choices, right? And I think that boils back to like, as anime and manga, Twitter or whatever we are, the companies never publish the series that we want. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, they're like, here we go. We just got Tokyo Revengers, and someone will respond, "Where's Kingdom?" You know, like.
Oh wait, what were they saying? They were like, "Where's oh fuck, what's the name of the series that?"
Talking about the Idol Girl one.
Yeah,
that one got a lot of. But now you're publishing it. Yeah.
So let me just say, okay, we all fucking read manga online. Okay, can we all just admit it?
Uh-oh.
We understand.
Uh-oh.
We all read manga online.
much higher.
And so it don't matter what they print, we're gonna read it anyway.
That's kind of true. To a degree. I think that it's at this degree. People really like to collect now.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's something that's
honestly reading physically
come on.
is just so much easier.
Col-
Like I can't lay on my bed reading my computer.
I can my phone.
I mean, you can with your phone. Oh
No,
my
David,
god!
you were not just now bringing this up to you, bro.
Okay, but
This is fake. Okay.
I guess what I want to say is that I think that to some degree, I think Twitter's take on this is actually a good take. To some degree. On Romantic Killer specifically, I think that Viz, unless their behind-the-scenes numbers really showed that Romantic Killer was, like, performing so well in Japan, which it wasn't, by the way, at least from what's being publicly pursued, what made them pick this over any of the plethora of shoujo titles that they could have published that are probably performing similarly, if not better? You know what I mean? Like, why...
Or reprint older, more popular series.
The only reason I can think... This is just my theory. So, don't put any credence in this. Here's my theory. I think that because their shonen manga sells so well, they thought if they disguised a shonen manga as shoujo, it would get more of their male readers to go over and buy it and pump the numbers up for the shoujo beat line. That's what I think is happening here. I think that Viz and Shueisha thought, hey, what if we slap shoujo beat on a shonen title? Do you think that'll bring in some of the male audience and male buyers to go and pick that title up to help pump up some of our numbers on that side? And that's because if you look at the numbers, I just looked at a numbers thing for sales for October. And U.S. sales in October, like the top 10 manga volumes, they're all Shonen Jump titles.
Right.
It's all Shonen Jump. What's selling in the U.S. is Shonen Jump. Yeah. That's what people are buying. And I get it. I think that the reality of it is they're just not publishing a lot of the really great shoujos that I think people would read, a lot of the great joseis. And I hope they do. I hope they start publishing. Yen Press, 7 Seas, they're picking up some slack.
They're picking up a lot of slack.
Yeah, they've been. I mean, Mystery to Nakure is coming up. That's gonna be awesome. Honey Lemon Soda, which is a older one that got picked up by Yen Press, that's gonna be awesome. So there is some shoujo and josei coming, but it's more of like, I think Viz just has such a great backlog that they could publish, and they were like, Romantic Killer. But yeah, my theory is that they're actually trying to coerce the male buyers to go over and buy a shoujo title. I think that's what the intention was. Was it a good intention? Viz? Probably not.
Wait, do you think they picked that because of the Netflix adaptation?
Oh, 100%. They definitely wanted to pick something that had...
I realized like the releases were pretty close to
100%.
Yeah.
David, they only print manga when it has like an anime release. That's like a common tactic.
Well...
Do you realize
Where's my Ranking of Kings anime?
Do you realize that Blue Lock...
manga?
I'm not saying that every new anime gets a
well,
manga. Did you realize Blue Lock was being published digitally for years?
Yeah.
Anime's coming out. Kodansha said, "Oh, let's put it in print. Let's put it in print. Get it hot off the presses." You know what I mean? They know that they can sell the volumes more.
I guess same with Tokyo Revengers. Not really, I guess.
Kodansha was printing Tokyo Revengers in digital for years.
Yeah.
And then I guess Kodansha didn't print it, but 7 Seas, someone finally was printing it. That would have never happened if the anime hadn't come out. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The sales in general in Japan would have been as big as they are now because of the anime.
Exactly.
The anime never came out.
So, yes, they did. They are printing it because it coincided with the anime, which is kind of crazy to me. But, I don't know. And there's another big issue with that, and that's that shoujo and josei manga don't get adapted into anime as frequently, which has led to more complaints, which rightfully so. I actually think, again, I think Twitter had a good take on all this. I think that maybe it got a little much, but I think that overall the actual core,
like the complaints are justified,
right? The core,
like
got burped.
Because it wasn't like the most recent anime that was adapted into an anime or manga, shoujo manga adapted into an anime was
Requiem of Rose King.
Requiem of Rose King.
I think that was probably the last like major one. Yeah. I think every season has a couple.
Yeah.
I don't think that they might, but major like on a large scale. I think Rose King was the last one that got a lot of. I think there's a one coming out, Bibliophile. I think there's like a
print biblio.
I think that's a show. I think it's based off a shoujo.
Yeah.
I want to say someone's gonna correct.
It's a winter release, right?
No, it's coming out right now. There's like a bibliophile, or it's like something like that.
I got that.
Girl in a bibliophile, something like that.
David doesn't watch anime,
but I don't know if that manga is getting printed or not. But it might be. It might be coming out later from 7 Seas or something.
I'll buy it.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think Twitter had a good take on that. That's what I wanted to come full circle with for that one. Is that
Full circle, anime Twitter sometimes has the right opinion.
A lot of times there's a lot of dumb shit.
They thought Thousand Year Blood Wars episode 3 was terrible. They think CGI art is terrible, but they
people
also
are either like hating to death or loving Chainsaw Man when everyone should love it because it is the best anime of the season.
You know that, David?
Hands down.
David just told you how to feel and
You
what's your
have
opinion.
to love
If you don't
Chainsaw
do what
Man.
David says,
Does
you're
it-
wrong.
Does it go much further than that? Need I say more?
Need I say more?
Need I say more?
He's infected our podcast. I'm gonna have to link. I'm gonna have to link this guy.
No,
into
you
this
won't.
Just
podcast.
add him and be like, hey,
Add him.
you
Tell him to come
inspire
out.
us.
You've inspired us, bud.
He's wild, bro.
No, what's his name again? Damien.
Luck.
No.
Damien Luck.
Damien
Cut
Luck.
that,
Damien
cut
Luck.
that,
Not
cut
too
that.
much.
Come on, we don't sponsor.
Oh, we're not sponsored. Not sponsored. Was there any other Twitter controversies that I'm missing?
So the only other things related to Twitter that I can think of. Oh, Tokyo Revengers.
What about it? Oh, Mickey Mouse!
Mickey Mouse!
Mickey Mouse!
Mickey Mouse, baby! So for those of you who aren't familiar, Tokyo Revengers, okay anime, great manga until the latest arc, and next week from when we're recording,
Great manga until the latest arc.
great
Tell
manga
the
until the
latest
latest
one.
arc.
Tell
It's
them.
about hoodlums in Japan.
Hoodlums.
And
Why do you say it like that?
I don't know.
hoodlums, gangsters, I don't know. They're
Hoodlums.
like
Why is it- what's
they're,
it
they're,
gonna-
delinquents. They're delinquents.
Delinquent. That's the word.
Hoodlums, delinquents.
He said
That's the
hoodlums,
same
gangsters.
thing.
Why'd you say hoodlums?
Hoodlums and delinquents, they're interchangeable.
Hoodlums.
They're in the hood and they're
Kenny,
lungs.
let him talk about hoodlums
Okay.
like
Go
that.
ahead, go ahead.
But anyway, at the time of this recording, the final chapter of Tokyo Revengers will be released in a couple days from now.
Yep.
And
Yep.
the second to last chapter came out this week, and it is like probably fans have been really disliking this final arc, but this latest chapter was the nail in the coffin for a lot of fans because of how just ass pulley this whole ending has been. Kenny's been memeing about
Kenny,
the
get your
ending of this
phone, bro. Get your
series
phone.
for
No,
years,
I
joking about how it would end, and it
Yeah.
being a joke because of how
I knew it.
it would be too obvious of an ending.
No,
It's
it was never. The worst part is Kenny said it because he knew. I mean,
Kenny knew
it was.
it. Kenny
There's
knew
only
over
one.
here.
There was
explanation.
only
There's
one way
one
to do it.
explanation. The only way for everybody to come back and be happy is a double time leap.
Double time leap.
That's
First
why
grade,
I-
baby.
First grade, baby.
What?
Mickey Mouse.
I'm in first grade.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse looking ass. Everybody shows up. Baji looking. Emma.
So, yeah,
looking,
yeah.
So no spoilers, but I'm gonna spoil it because I don't care because it sucks. Yeah, everyone comes back alive. They do the double time leap.
Bro,
They
fucking
fix everything.
His brother's back. Like
They bring all the bad guys back,
even
and
know,
they're
like,
all
Draken's
friends.
alive,
They're like,
like-
let's go back before they were bad people and be friends with them, so they'll grow to be good.
Mm-hmm.
When before Takemichi in the beginning of the series went back, what like a bunch of times to fix things, and every time he fixed something, it would cause something else to break. So I have no idea how they just ask Paul, oh, let's just go back and fix everything, and no issues. My rant's I'm sorry. It's a very bad ending. And Twitter
Twitter's been
it's telling-
roasting
it's
it,
Twitter's
dragging
telling
it through the
everyone.
mud.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, Mickey Mouse looking out here. Everybody's here.
Everybody's.
What is this, Smash Ultimate? Like,
I mean, there've been a lot of. This has given birth to a lot of hilarious memes.
Oh yeah,
my
very
God.
funny. Very
this is
funny.
my
but-
Tokyo Revenge.
They said
kind
it.
of said it
again.
They kind of said
They
it.
said
They
it.
kind of said it.
No, that's not an edited.
One of
picture.
my
Have you seen it on
favorite. One of my
Twitter?
favorite tweets is like, people are like, I don't know if you've seen these yet, David, but they'll say, "I'm just so happy. Everything I've ever wanted. It's one of the greatest things I've ever had, and that's that. At this point in time, the worst fucking manga in the world, Tokyo Revengers,
Oh,
just did
yeah,
it.
they
You know?
like it.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of those, and they're
It's just
so
like this,
funny.
it's this ridiculous like lead up just to be like, oh wait, Tokyo Revengers is ass.
Which, like, I mean, I feel bad for Ken Wakui. I mean, I don't know.
Feel bad from it's his fault. What the fuck?
I feel bad because he
came out of his brain.
I
How-
feel zero bad.
Yeah, I
for
feel
these
zero
friends,
bad.
There's
bro.
no
These
shot.
friends.
He has to have like some kind of outside influence for him to make because it feels
Money,
so
bro.
rushed.
Money, bro. It's gotta be.
It
money.
feels
The outside influence is dollar bills.
Dollar bills.
Dollar bills.
okay. Well, I guess that's
The
obvious.
outside influence.
And
is
it's
that,
just sad. It's just,
the outside
it's
influence,
unfortunate.
David, is that he was faded.
Faded it
Oh,
up.
he was faded it up.
my
Oh.
God.
He got faded it up.
Wops
Faded
up,
it up.
everybody.
Wops up. No. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just
summary: Tokyo Revengers ending's dog shit.
Yeah,
dog shit.
And I'm pretty hungry.
David's goal is dog shit. Well, on that note, that's most of what anime Twitter's been up to, and another episode from us. So remember, guys,
Yeah.
if you guys are happy for us to be back, You want us to keep building this, keep making
Wait,
more
wait, wait,
episodes.
wait. Let's not. No, there's one more thing we gotta talk about. We're not
What?
getting food yet,
What's
bitch.
going on? Why is he?
We gotta talk
doing
about one
this?
last thing. It'll be quick. It'll be quick.
Okay.
All right. So there's gonna be a lot of new series releasing in Weekly Shonen
Faded.
Jump.
Oh.
So
Yo, he's right. He's
it
right.
has
he's
been
right.
leaked,
He's right.
or I guess officially announced at this point, that Weekly Shonen Jump, they're debuting like 4 new series
Yeah.
over the next couple issues. I'm assuming a new series per issue. The one that's coming out first, I don't know the name of it, but there have been some images of the chapters leaked. The art looks pretty cool. Again, I don't know the synopsis about it or anything, but I think this is the same mangaka that created Tongpoki's Original Sin. Takopi's Original Sin, which was also Jump Plus series. Very short, but on purpose, super popular.
Viz should publish that in the
That should be. Why wasn't that published?
Yeah, what
physically?
the
Why
fuck,
Romantic
Viz?
Killer?
Viz, come on.
But so exciting times.
Yes.
I think what was Earthchild was dropped.
Oh yeah.
I thought, wait, did Earthchild not get replaced by one of those other ones? Glinka and Gluna?
Oh, that's it's Glunka and Luna.
Glinka and...
Which, I mean, that series is really good. I really like that series. But wasn't there another series that dropped?
Tokyo Demon Bride story, yeah. But I don't remember what it replaced.
But Tokyo Demon Bride story isn't done.
But it replaced Duran Duran. That's what it replaced.
Yeah, it replaced Duran Duran.
And then I'm pretty sure Glinka and Gluna replaced
Earthchild.
But so one of the new 4 is replacing Alien's Area.
Yeah, oh, that's
And
what
then
Alien's Area recently got canceled.
One of the other ones is replacing Ruri Dragon because it's
Yes.
it's certainly getting transferred.
Yes.
It's been on hiatus, but the first volume is being published with a Jump Plus logo. So people are under the impression once it comes off hiatus, it's going to go to Jump Plus instead of Weekly Shonen Jump.
Did we ever mention about how fucking crazy the sales were for Ruri Dragon?
No, but guys, if you didn't know, for some reason, Ruri Dragon is like the best new hit of Shonen Jump. Like, it like outsold something like My Hero's first volume or something.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about
I was so frustrated. The series is okay.
I like it, but
I've read everything that came out.
Yeah.
I have no idea why people could be that excited about a series like that. I don't know why it has broad appeal. I'm not sure what is happening. It's got to be that there's a subsection in Japan that just really loves the Iyashikei genre, which implies this sort of like, it's a very like slice of life, but in a certain type of way that they kind of do like meaningless things. They do things that are just sort of like relaxing. So Ruri is like the first time we've gotten that in Weekly Shonen Jump in like a formal capacity. And I get it. There's fans of that genre. I don't know why that's over. Like, I don't know why that's working to a broad appeal because it's a pretty niche genre, to be honest. Not a lot of people.
This is the first I've ever heard of this.
Yeah, people don't really mess with Yashike that much, but getting so hungry. But yes, Ruri really went wild. I just don't know why they're doing 4 new Jump series instead of just 2. That's what
especially with like Hunter x Hunter being back.
I don't know if that's some sort of implication that 2 other series are about to get duped or what.
Probably.
Well, PvP
E6.
I think is ending.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You think
Have
so?
you been? Are you caught up?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
Okay, I haven't. Caught up.
But I want to say Akane Banashi is.
Oh,
that's staying forever.
That's staying.
But
That's,
Akane Banashi is set. So
They're
what would
probably
be
gonna have an
what would be another show that might get? So if PvP ends, what else is even eligible to?
Can I be honest? My Hero's about to end.
You think so? Not that fast, though, right? Not in 4 chapters fast.
No, not 4 chapters.
I would say
That's what I'm saying.
Undead Unluck is revived.
No, it's back.
Mashal.
Yeah.
I feel like Mashal's in its final arc, but it's something where it could be pulled like an Undead Unluck and like a whole new arc or Bleach. Like
it makes me wonder if maybe they're introducing so many new stuff just because like JJK, Black Clover.
Maybe they're trying to build
One
up
Piece.
their.
But you know, like those
All
three.
of them
You
are
know how
ending.
But you know, all 3 of those take like frequent breaks. Also, the authors
Yes,
take frequent.
yeah.
So maybe they're adding some extra oomph to the back end, just because of the fact that those 3 series are almost. One of those 3 is almost always on a break every week.
Right. They're
You know what I
putting
mean?
extra things in
Right.
so that because all of them are always on break.
Right. So
They're just gonna cook it
Those
in.
3, especially Black Clover, JJK, and One Piece, frequently. I mean, One Piece literally
Every
it's
fourth
only
week.
it only does 3 chapters a month. So intentionally, they always take a week off a month.
Wow.
And then recently, JJK and Black Clover have been taking frequent hiatuses.
Maybe that will hopefully reincorporate Hunter x Hunter into
Yeah.
being in the magazine again.
Well, I wouldn't
Listen,
get
I
our
just
hopes up.
They've been
the
consistent.
10 will be fine. The 10 will be fine.
We're gonna get 10
I'm
chapters.
thankful.
That's all. Yeah, just sit back and enjoy the 10.
Thankful
Ken.
for the 10.
Okay. Okay, but yeah, Jump. I'm excited. I mean, one of them is also by Nisio Isin, which I think is going to be interesting as well.
What have they done?
They Bakemonogatari and
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's what else have they done? A couple other popular things, but
I think that's like
famously
their most popular.
Bakemonogatari. Yeah. So Nisio Isin, he's a writer. He's done a couple other popular things, but mostly the Monogatari series.
Is he
as a
partnering
whole.
with somebody?
Yeah, someone else is doing the art, but I don't remember who. But yeah, Nisio Isin's gonna do a story, which is cool. I don't think they've ever done a weekly Shonen Jump before. And then I want to say there's another like returning Jump author, like an older author that's coming back for the first time. One of the other four is like a returning Jump author, like one who he's been out of the magazine for a while and he's like just now coming back.
Shout out to Shonen Links on Twitter.
At Shonen.
Shout out.
Twitter keeps us living, buddy. They keep us living.
So
we're gonna pull it up for you guys live.
We're gonna get this
in studio. Oh, he's looking at. Oh, keep going.
David, bro, are you free scrolling on Twitter?
No, he's looking.
Never.
You scrolled way too. I think you passed it. Bro.
I don't think I did.
Bro, I think you did.
No.
Bro, I think you did.
No, you passed it, bro. Come on.
Look at this shit.
Oh, here it is. Is it not those Shonen Jump covers?
No, that was something else.
God damn it!
It's just a bunch of Chainsaw Man shit.
It's like an hour into this podcast, and literally the listeners are probably like, "Oh yeah, they're just checking out Twitter."
It's
Whatever.
It's gone in the world. But
I'm pretty sure
there's 4 new series coming.
Yeah,
to
there's
Shonen
4 new
Jump,
series.
So be on the
according to
lookout.
leaks, so that's exciting. Okay. On that note, thank you to all of you for watching and or listening. We're trying to do a little bit more succinct episodes now. So we used to kind of do like 2 hour, sometimes even like 3 hour episodes. We're looking at doing closer to 1 hour episodes. I hope you enjoy those 1 hour episodes. And if you do, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Do all that on YouTube. But also if you're over on a listening platform, make sure that you guys leave us a 5-star review. If you're on Spotify, or if you're on... Kenny's killing me right now. He's killing me. If you're on Spotify or if you're on Apple Podcasts, drop in, give us a 5-star review, press follow, do all that good stuff. It just helps us to grow, right? If you enjoyed the content, there's someone else out there that also would enjoy this content. So help us to grow, help spread that word. We would love to have that happen because we just love to talk about this stuff with all of you. So with that being said, this has been another episode of the Uncensored Anime Podcast, and we're saying, whops up, everybody. Bye. Peace.